Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to an April wrap-up and May TBR video. I'm so excited to talk about the books that I read in April, and then we're going to pick my TBR for May, which is very exciting. So the books that I read, I'm just going to rapid fire them. It's 5.5 books. I'm saying half because there's a book that I got to about 55 to 60% through that I am counting towards April, and I will finish in May. So we'll start with that book because that's on the top of my mind. That book is Rings of Fate by Melissa De La Cruz. So far, I'm rating this like a 3.5 to 4 stars. It's gripping, I'm entertained. Am I absolutely loving it? Not yet. I'm waiting for like something big to happen. So stay tuned in the weekly vlogs to see what I think about that. The next book I finished is for the teen ministry that I volunteer with at my church. We read a book called Gods at War, just basically talking about all the different idols that you could have in your life and putting things before God instead of keeping God at the center. I don't rate nonfiction, so I'm not going to give you a rating on it, but I thought it was a great book. The next book that I finished, actually these are in no particular order, I'm just scrolling down my list. The next book that I finished is The Future Saints by Ashley Winstead. I gave this 4.5 stars. I thought this book was so good. At first, I had no idea where it was going. At first, I was going to DNF it. I was like, what's the point? I don't know. But the longer that I stayed in this book, the more that I thought about our characters outside of reading the book. I was just pondering like, oh, like, what would have happened if like this, and this, like if the plot changed. So I just thought it was a great book, and it's by Ashley Winstead, if I didn't say that. Then I finished another Bible study. This one was called Colossians, Rooted in Him from the Daily Grace Co. This went through the whole book of Colossians, deep study. I thought it was amazing, short and sweet. I think it was maybe like 5 weeks. Just talking about how we are to be rooted in Jesus first and foremost. And I feel like it tied in really nicely with the other book, Gods of War, that I read. And then the last 2 books that I read were In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams and Carl's Doomsday Scenario. I didn't put ratings on here for some reason, but In Your Dreams I enjoyed. I was like, okay, it's just a cute rom-com. I wasn't like blown away by it, but at this point I was reading another book in March that was very similar, so I was getting the plots confused. But this one was good. I liked this one a lot. And then Carl's Doomsday Scenario I've talked about in another vlog where I was just like, it was kind of an extended epilogue of book 1 for a while. And then all of a sudden, the like second half of book 2, I was like, oh my goodness, there's all this stuff going on. So I am very excited to jump into book 3, which I will be doing this month. That is the only book that has to go on the TBR is book 3, which is, I think, the Anarchist Cookbook, if I'm not mistaken. But I have that book by default on my TBR, and then I also have to finish Rings of Fate. So we already have like a book and a half locked and loaded on the TBR. But now let's pick my other books. I have this cute little TBR jar scratch off card thing from The Wandering Page, which is a local small business here on Long Island. And what I've been doing is the ones that I've used, I've folded up because I don't want to repeat yet. I want to go through all the cards first, and then once they're all folded up, that's when we're going to go through and repeat. So these are the cards. They're like all different. I have no idea what they are. Like when she made this, I have no idea. So I have no control over it, which is kind of funny. But these are the cards. They're all different colors. The colors don't mean anything. So we should probably pick maybe a color. I know I did that for the last TBR. I picked green. So we did all the green. Maybe we do all of like the orange and yellow because we're getting into like spring and summer. How many are there? There's, I don't want to put too many books because the Anarchist Cookbook is probably like 600 pages. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's pinks. So we're gonna do all the orange and yellow, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like that's good. I feel like that's not too much. Plus the book and a half that I have. I read 5 books in April. So I want to push it for like 6 books or 8 books in May, which should be doable. So we got our stack. I'm gonna put the rest of these away. I need like a little coin or something to scratch these off with. So let's scratch these off together and see what I get. Ooh, okay. Pick a book based on a true story. I don't know. I don't think I have any based on a true story. Aside from like, obviously the Bible. So maybe I will make this one my goal to finish my First Peter Bible study, because I'm in the middle of it right now. Actually, I'm not really in the middle, but like I'm reading it right now. So maybe the month of May, I'll make it my goal to finish First Peter. And that one, I forget what the subtitle of it is. I'm like, I see it and I can't see it because the font is so small. Oh, Grace in the Wilderness. Peter in the Bible was so like zealous and like wanting to just chase after Jesus and think of, he just wanted Jesus to be in the here and now at all times, and didn't really think of like future, of like, no, there's more of a mission than just being here on earth. So Peter then goes on to write 2 books in the Bible, 1st and 2nd Peter, and he's just talking about how Jesus is our living hope and that we should look to the future of what our mission and what our hope is instead of just looking to the here and now. So it's kind of cool to see that like full circle moment. But Peter's just a really funny dude. So that's why I picked up this study and I started it. So now my goal is to come back and report that I finished it at the end of May. That's going to be exciting. I like to incorporate Bible studies and devotionals into my reading plans and my reading wrap up, because it just kind of motivates me more to be like, okay, now I have to go talk about it, not just like read and absorb. So our next one is choose a book with an animal on the cover. I think the Anarchist Cookbook has Princess Donut on the cover. Let me grab that, because if it does, that'll be perfect for this prompt. But if not, I have another book in mind that I think does. Okay, so we're in luck. The Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook does have animals on the cover. We have Mongo. Oh, it is Princess Donut up on the cover here. And they're running from the train. So we'll use we'll use this prompt for this book, which is going to be very exciting. That'll just push me even more to get this series done, because the next book comes out in May and I'm only on book 3. See, it's rather thick too. So I gotta get moving with this. Next we have, oh yes. Oh yeah. Read a book published this year. I just got some new-ish releases. Was this book published this year? I just picked up this stunning girl. It's called Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. And was this published this year? Oh, there's a map. We love a map. This was first published this year. Copyrights 2025. First edition 2026. Done. Done. We're reading this. That's amazing. I love when that happens. This was recommended from Denise at The Wandering Page. She said that everybody comes into her little book trailer and is like, yes, you need to read this. So she told me I needed to read this. And when I saw the cover, I was like, yeah, I think I need to read this too. We have 2 more. Do we have another animal? We have another one. Choose a book with an animal on the cover. Okay, let me grab, I think Reverie by Drew Taylor has a cat on the cover too. So let me grab that one and we'll see. Hopefully, because I've been wanting to read that one. Hopefully it has a cat. If not, oh, I have another idea for one that I can read if Reverie doesn't have a cat. Now I'm kind of hoping Reverie doesn't have a cat on it. Okay, so Reverie does not have a cat. And neither does the other book that I was thinking of. So, and then I was just looking at my shelves. I don't think I have any more books to read with animals on the covers. I mean, I could just pick another Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Do we do that? Or do we pick again from the stack? Maybe we go with another Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Maybe we pick book 4. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, I'm actually gonna check and make sure my Libby, see if any books in my Libby have animals on the cover of them. The other book that I was thinking of before is a cozy mystery that I took out from the library. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. So my Libby in progress right now, in case you guys are curious, I am reading The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez, and there is a dog on the cover of that one. I could count that. I feel like that's cheating now because I'm already reading it. So I think we're just gonna skip that one. So there's this fun book that Penguin Random House has been promoting called The Road to Tender Hearts. I don't own it, but it's about this guy. Supposedly, let's see, can I get the about? No, it's gonna bring me to Amazon. It's about this guy who travels cross country, I think, to be reunited with somebody that he once loved. So I thought that was really silly and funny, and I liked the cover of it. So maybe we'll read, well, we'll definitely read that. It's due back in 13 days. So that I think is gonna be, that is definitely going to be the one that we read. And, oh, wait, we have like this fantasy theme going on. Do I add on another fantasy? No, I think I'm gonna want like a palette cleanser. We'll just keep it The Road to Tender Hearts. I was thinking about reading Silver Elite because there is a bird on the cover of it, but I think I'm gonna want something like different in between. So we'll keep The Road to Tender Hearts as that. And then, oh, we have one more. I thought we were done. We have one more. Hopefully it's not another animal on the cover. That would be funny. Oh, slay. Read a romance book. Read a romance book. Which one? Which one do I want to read? Do I want to pick this one up since I already have it, like sitting in front of me? Or do I want to read one that's in a series that I'm in the middle of, because I'm in the middle of a lot of series right now? No, I think we're gonna stick with this. I've been wanting to read this for a while, and I think it'll be good to mix it up a little bit and have this one, because I've been seeing this one all over my Instagram, and I want to be able to recommend some, I don't know what we're gonna call them, like non-spice romance. I think this is no spice to low spice, but there's still like a couple, and there's still some romance in here. So yeah, it says Reverie is a chick lit romance teeming with heart, hope, healing, and humor, with a heart fought happily ever after that will occupy your daydreams for weeks to come. So, all right, we're definitely reading this. This is a solid TBR. So just to go over to review, we have Reverie. Then we're gonna read that one book, oh, I forgot the title already, the road trip one, on my e-readers, that's in Libby. Then we're gonna read Graceless Heart and the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. Also going to finish whatever I have in progress, so Rings of Fate and The Night We Met, and then finish my First Peter Bible study. That's a solid TBR for the month. I'm excited. So I hope you guys are excited too. We're gonna have a big fantasy month with some sci-fi. I'm calling Dinner Call Carl like fantasy sci-fi. I don't know where it falls. We have a Bible study and then the books I need to finish. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me pick my TBR for the month. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on post notifications, and have a good day on purpose, because you deserve it. And I will see you guys very soon in a weekly vlog. Bye.